Hey friends, welcome back. The football team I support, that's soccer for all you Americans, just won their first major trophy in 120 years. So I thought I'd commemorate this moment by drawing a little piece in my sketchbook with these three colours, two of which being the club colours. If that sounds like a vibe to you, then let's go. Welcome. I'm not going to bore you with football chat on this channel today. We're keeping it strictly art. I've wanted to do a piece that expresses my love for this club for a long time, and what better way to crack open the sketchbook and fill a double page spread. Now I wanted to keep the drawing quite abstract. If someone who wasn't into football saw it, they would just think it's one of my usual drawings in my style, but for me it means a little bit more. So that meant not being too literal with the composition and kind of the subject matter. And as the club colours are red and blue, I wanted to limit the colour palette today with just those two colours. And I know I'm saying just red and blue, but there's like multiple different tones of blue and red used, as well as yellow. So although it might sound clickbaity, I don't know, is it still technically just three colours if they're all varying in different tones? I think it is, and I'm willing to die on that hill. I used to draw a lot in colour pencils in just red and blue because I found it a lot cheaper to just buy those colours and not every colour on the Faber-Castell roster, especially now since these pencils cost around £2.80 in Great British pounds, which is a joke. Anyway, I feel like I pushed just using red and blue to its extent back in the day, and I kind of moved away from it, added more colours, tried out different colour palettes, you know. And I actually realised now why I stopped doing blue and red drawings, because in the end it just looks really messy and like muddy, and I feel like the saturation in the colour pencils is lost because I'm overlaying two quite opposite colours, like the warm and cold, and I don't know. If you think it works, that's great. I think some people might think it works, and I think the older drawings that I did performed well on social media, so maybe people like them. But with such a important piece of art for me, I feel like this piece left me with a sense of dread at the end because it was so muddy, and I kind of lost the saturation there, and I don't know, I had to close the sketchbook for a few days. And I've mentioned this in a few other videos that once I finish a piece, I kind of just need to walk away from it, and it will be better in 2 months when I see it. But right now I'm just not enjoying this. It's too muddy, I don't like it. However, although that is quite dramatic, I definitely learned a lot by just using two colours for a lot of my art journey, and I feel like I wanted to resurface this process just to see if any of the learnings from years ago have stuck with me and show in the final product at the end. And if I'm being 100% honest, I don't think that once I'd finished, I'd felt like I'd learned much since all those drawings in red and blue from years ago. This isn't like a pity party. I just genuinely looked at it and was like, oh my god, this is so bad, like what? Move on to the next thing. And then I decided to do a whole YouTube video about it, and now I'm stuck looking at it again through the lens of the video. Like, why would I do this? Why would I put myself through this? I do think if I just introduced like one more color with the red and blue, or like kept the shades a little bit lighter, I would have been a lot happier with it. I think I went too dark and the contrast was too high, which resulted in it being muddier. Unfortunately, with color pencil drawings or traditional drawings in any sense, once you're halfway through, it's either wrap it up here, quit it and move on to something else, or just keep on going. And over here, I don't know if it's like a humiliation ritual, but I like to carry on and keep going. I mean, you can hear it in my voice. I'm just ecstatic to be looking at this piece once again. I want to show my process through thick and thin, even the bad parts, just to show everyone, and even if you're a new artist, that you're gonna have to go through these times. You're going to have to make bad artwork. You're gonna have to go through the trials and tribulations of high school football. No, you're just gonna have to really push through these moments. And to be honest, do you know what? I'll look back in a couple of months and I'll actually like the drawing, but I think it's imperative to an artist to keep going and push through these moments, because you really don't know what is on the other side. You can get to your lowest point. Once you know your floor, it's only up from there, right? You're able to understand your ceiling a little bit more. I can now understand like how far I can reach. Hopefully that makes any ounce of sense. I think what I'm just trying to say is keep on going. Show up. That's all you need to do. Show up and don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be too critical. I think it's almost impossible to like every piece of art you've ever produced. As a wise Greek fortnight mythologist once said, never back down, never what. Anyway, super keen to hear your guys' thoughts on what you are thinking of this piece at the moment. I know some of you might like it, I know some of you might hate it, but that's the point. I think that some of you will like it because you're blind devotion to me, but if you don't like it, what would you change? What other colors would you mix into the palette? How would you recompose the image if you had to? What would you change about it? This is an open call for criticism on the work being shown to you right now. In the comments below, please rip this piece to shreds so I can make myself feel better about hating it. No, in all seriousness though, onto something positive. We just reached 2,000 subscribers, which is actually insane. Guys, I never thought doing a YouTube channel I would get this far, and I know in the grand scheme of things social media is so big nowadays, 2,000 followers doesn't seem like a lot, but if I got 2,000 of you in a room, I would piss my pants. I can't believe that there's so many people following this, and last video did really well. I had a lot of like positive comments from it, a lot of new people coming in saying hello, showing their face and saying they love my style of art. So I'm sorry if you don't like this style of art right now, because we've just gone on a like hating tour for this piece especially, so just bear with me. There will be better art in the future, but I'm truly thankful for all the love and support that has been shown on this channel. It means the absolute world. All the comments and lovely feedback I've gotten, it's just immense, and honestly, let's just keep it going, man. I'd love to do this a lot more than I do at the moment. It's just having the time to film and draw at the same time. It's like quite a lot of work to get all this footage together and then, I don't know, say some bullshit across it as well. But super happy, super thankful, and yeah, I love you guys, man. I hope these videos can provide some sort of insight to my art process and kind of a peek into my sketchbook and not my daily life, because I wouldn't consider them vlogs, but my artistic life. You know, I want them to be chill and maybe learn something along the way, and you can try out color pencils, because I'm a big advocate of color pencils. I never want to fall into the trap of being a YouTuber like. What's up, guys? Today we're going to be buying every art supply imaginable and dumping it in a nearby landfill. Gone sexual. If you ever catch me doing that kind of thing, guys, you can absolutely drag me in the comments. Please cancel me. I'm openly wanting to be cancelled if that ends up being me. But yeah, not too much to say on this piece today. As I've said already, not a big fan of it. I think it turned out moderately okay. I'm just going to let the video roll out now. Chill, listen to some music and watch the rest of the process. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed the video, make sure at this point you drop a like, consider subscribing, drop a comment, let me know your thoughts, let me know what you're working on. I would love to hear about your day also. Okay, see you in the next one. I love you. Bye.